Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Jennifer Hale interrupting my introduction. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. This could be not the last episode in this series, but this could be the last episode in our current run. Because we're at 21% condition, we're cold, we're hungry, we don't have any food, we've used up all of our tinder.
So hungry.
We're out of supplies. We're at the end of our rope. Thankfully, we're almost at the end of the transition zone, but we're not really that close to the end of it. I really could use just a snack. Something to at least stave off starvation. Backpack, please have something to eat. Nope, of course not. Frozen corpse, something to eat. Okay, yeah, we're already at 19% condition due to being freezing. So there is a very good chance I might not even make it to Mystery Lake. What killed us was we found some food, but the food poisoned us. And now, without enough food to keep us alive past 18% condition and being this cold, it's very unlikely that we are going to make it to... Yeah, this is going to be rough. I do have stims on me. I could use stims to push myself the rest of the way. There's a deer in front of us. There's a couple of deer, actually. The food poisoning is, as I said when it happened, I was like, this is going to be a death knell if we get food poisoning. We tried to cook the food, because when we found it, as you would expect of an item that was out in the cold from the beginning of the playthrough on Interloper difficulty, it was very low condition. But we tried to cook it and eat it, and sure enough, got food poisoning when we were already at pretty low condition trying to make kind of a desperate run to Mystery Lake. If we survive, it will be by the skin of our teeth. 14% condition. If I can get inside, that will slow my death because I won't be cold anymore. That is, if I get inside before I'm hypothermic. It feels like 0 degrees right now. It's 14% condition, 13%. I might need to use a stim. The other thing is that if we get in the dam and then Fluffy's there, we're definitely dead. But at this point, it's worth the risk. Okay, we're officially almost to the dam. At this point, it's worth the risk. For obvious reasons. Because I don't think I have what it takes to get anywhere else in Mystery Lake. Alright, cross your fingers. I remember hearing rumor at one point that Fluffy does not spawn on Interloper mode. I hope that's true, but that was also during the same period where there was a spawning bug with Fluffy in particular that caused that wolf not to spawn anymore in the dam, or not to spawn as often as she should. So I know that she's not supposed to spawn all the time, but there's so much uncertainty right now. Alright, fingers crossed. We're no longer going to be cold in here. Alright. I need to find some food right now. There needs to be something in here that I can eat. Just anything. Anything at all. We're at our final 10% life. I would try and crack that safe, but I'd rather just look through the areas that could potentially have items. Antiseptic, that's great. Come on, just a single food item. Just a can of corn or something. Just kidding, there aren't cans of corn in this game, but you know what I mean. Just one thing to keep me going. I'm warm enough in here. If I can just find one thing to eat. See, thankfully, because we're not cold anymore, starvation doesn't kill us that fast. So the game was about to start saying that I was on the verge of death. You heard the death music come in. You heard that ominous noise. But now it's actually saying, no, you might be okay. Alright, there is nothing in here. I hate Interloper mode for this reason. It's a little bit... I mean, I get... don't get me wrong. It should be really challenging. There should be almost nothing for you. But it seems unreasonable. Okay, I don't need more work gloves.
Pack is getting kind of heavy.
10% condition still. Let's step in here. Anything at all. File cabinets. This is not... Yes, granola bar! Yes, yes, yes! Eat it! Eat it! Haha! Okay. Okay. Alright, well, we're still at 10% condition, but it's not going to drop as long as we don't have a condition indicator that's killing us. So now, if I can spend some time looking around here, we might get out of this sticky situation yet. Let me go ahead and try and crack this safe. Also, I need to pick up this book. And now that I'm not in a rush, I should also just spend another moment looking around. Alright, that's it. Fluffy is in here. Bad news. Alright, 6. Oh, no, it's 5. Damn, I thought it was 6. Might even be 4. Yeah, it's 4. Really? Okay, 4, 6.
Eat anything right now.
Okay, I'm officially hungry again. 4, 6, 35. All right. So close to doing it in one go. 4, 6. Well, when I finally got it going anyway. Anything in the safe? A food item? No, of course not. Alright, as much as I would like to go further down and see what the rest of the dam has in store for me, I am not prepared to take on Fluffy. So I'm going to take an even bigger risk. And we're going to try and get deeper into the zone while we have the opportunity. Actually, you know what? Alright, I'm going to use the stem, and we're going to use that as our means to fly across the zone. I'm actually going to go this way, because there's a chance we'll get to someplace with food a little bit sooner. Oh, this is intense. If not for the food poisoning, we'd be okay. I have another stem if I need to use it, but I'd prefer not to get that desperate. We're officially cold again. All the more reason to keep sprinting. No wildlife in sight, aside from a dead deer, which I would harvest if I had time. Okay. Swerve in this direction. Right, there goes our flare. Okay, potential shelter and maybe potential supplies up here to the left.
I just need to close my eyes.
Okay. Stim just wore off, which is not good. We're exhausted, hungry, and tired. And we can't sprint. I could use the other stem if it gets bad, but I am almost to shelter. So if I could find the if I could get into the shelter, and especially if the shelter has food, then I'll be okay. 21%. I'm not dying too quickly. Famous last words by Hadrian? Alright. Yeah, I'm not dying fast enough to where I feel like I'm not going to have time to explore every location here. I have to say, though, I'm really surprised by how cold I am. It might just be that my clothes are wet. Let's have a look at that. No, it doesn't really look like they're wet. Okay. What would really suck is if there was a wolf nearby right now. I don't see any or hear any. Alright, 19%. I need to find a food item in here. If I don't find a food item, I'm dead. I just need anything to eat. I mean, heck, I could start a fire and make some tea. And that would keep me alive. Okay, let's get in here and start looking around. Thankfully, it's daylight, so we don't need to light anything to look around. Beef jerky, perfect. Eat it. 350 calories. Drink some water. That's going to be the last of our water. That's fine. We're okay on water. All right, so we got some beef jerky. What else? What else you got for me, game? I need more than just that. I need enough food to get me through a rest and recover some condition. All right, the beef jerky came at a good time. Let's see if these other huts have anything in them. Still can't run, because again, I'm exhausted.
God damn, crazy.
Yeah, I know. Nothing there. Nothing there. If you guys haven't figured out why I love the long dark yet, you're witnessing it right now.
So cold. So cold.
Did I just hear a bear? I feel like I just heard a bear, which is, of course, not the sound I wanted to hear. Wow. There's really nothing here. Not what I needed to see. I could rest for like an hour and be okay. I'd actually recover some condition if I did. There's not one more food item here. Really? Alright, I'm going to rest for an hour. Going to burn some calories while I'm asleep, but I will actually recover some condition. We've got 10 hours daylight left. 17% condition. We are almost hungry again. I could sleep again. Yeah, let me sleep for one more hour. We'll recover a little bit more condition and maybe lose a little bit because we're going to wake up starving. %19 condition. Still not actually starving. But now we are in a little bit better condition energy-wise. Okay. Let's try and get to the...
I would eat anything right now.
We're going to try and get to the camp HQ. Because that's a spot where we're most likely to find things that will help us survive for a while. And also it's a spot where we can drop our fishing equipment that we have with us. Well, we don't have fishing equipment yet, but we have items that are curing that can be turned into fishing equipment. Okay, I need not to sprint. I need not to sprint. Also, it's really cold, so I can't be out here forever. Kind of a running theme with this series so far. The issue is we're very likely to run into a wolf between here and the camp. If we don't, it will be a godsend. And we need a godsend right now, but that's just the reality. We're very likely to see a wolf. We're probably going to see one right after we crest this hill, as a matter of fact. Okay, that's where we're going. I actually don't see a wolf just yet. Let's stay high. There could also potentially be items at that crash site, but then a little bit further down the tracks is number 1, the campsite. Number 2, the Forlorn Muskeg. Okay. Yeah, no wolves to be seen. This is good. I mean, this is not good. We're in a terrible position and we're about to die.
Something to eat.
And unfortunately, Fluffy is in the dam. I'm very annoyed that Fluffy's in the dam. I was hoping that that Interloper rumor was true. But it is what it is. And it's not just because we had to run from a wolf, but because the dam, I mean, has a lot of things that you could potentially find there. So it was a big loss. It was a big loss not to have anything there. Okay, we've got a lot of things on the ground here. We've got a first aid kit, we've got a plastic container. Let's see if there's any food. All I need is a candy bar, really, to get me by a little farther. So my current plan is I'm going to subsist off of whatever I can find between here and the camping office. I said HQ earlier, but you know what I meant. And if that's not enough to kind of give us a chance to hunker down for a bit, then what I will do is try and make my way towards Trapper's Homestead. And maybe even look for a bunker or two. Okay. Well, crap. Well, we're almost exhausted again. I can't quite sprint. Oh crap. Oh crap. No, 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 no. No. Don't do this to me, game. Alright, we've got to get around this wolf. We've got to do it before we get tired. Oh no, it's coming across the tracks toward us again. It just changed directions. It was going the other way, now it's coming toward us. There's two. Son of a bitch. Alright, we're going to have to find another way. I'm going to have to go up this hill and try and get around them. Because I'm not getting past two wolves. Not when they're on either sides of the tracks. Oh my god. We're going to be lucky. We're going to be so lucky. Okay. Come on. Come on. Are you really not going to let me up here? Alright. This way then. I know that slope is not too steep. You develop an eye for this kind of thing in the Long Dark after a while. You're looking at it. There we go. And you know that there's a spot where a particular slope should be climbable. Okay, no, I can't sprint too much. Exhaustion and hunger will kill me rapidly, as we've already seen, and I'm getting cold. So not only do we have to get around these two wolves, we have to get around them quickly, or we're dead. I don't see them now. There could potentially be a bear back here, so I need to be careful of that too. Okay, now we're actually pretty close. I'm going to actually come up on top of this hill and see if I can just make a break for it. Because we should be able to see the camp office as we crest this hill. We should be able to put eyes on it. Not quite. It's around the corner, but... Okay, I think we're safe. Famous last words, Hadrian, 2017. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, there's a wolf right there. If I'm not mistaken, there's gonna be a wolf to our left as well. Yep.
I lay down right here.
Okay, now I'm exhausted. Now I can't run.
I thought I'd ever wake up again.
I can't run. Okay. There is a chance we can still get there. I've got to try and get up and around that wolf's back. Thankfully, the wolf we were just walking toward didn't see us. So I'm still going to try the same approach. At this point, though, I'm exhausted and hungry. Our condition's going to start dropping again. You've seen what happens. I don't want to have to use the other stim that I've got, but... this right here. This is why I love the Long Dark, and this is the kind of thing I've always hoped to capture in a YouTube series. This experience. Okay. Okay. There are the two wolves. They're about to crisscross paths, which is not good. Of course there are two wolves. Wait, are there three in the same spot? Yeah, there are three. Still at 18% condition. We're not losing... There it is. That's where we're trying to go. Right there. And one of those fishing huts that we can see, that could be where our hammer is. We could be looking at not only our shelter, but our hammer. Alright, I'm going to go past this rock as well. Because I want to try and give these wolves a nice wide berth. We cannot sprint right now unless I use a stim. And I don't want to use a stim. Alright, there's a deer. Hopefully that can serve as a bit of a distraction. Okay. I think I'm almost to a point where I can get down. The only thing that would stop me would be another wolf. Alright. Let's do or die. We're getting cold. Oh, crap! Ugh. I don't think he can actually get to me. If he can, I'm dead. Where are you, buddy? Of course there was another one. That's 4 wolves all in this one area. Oh, man, it's right there. That's where we need to go. I'm going to return to my earlier refrain from when we started the series. I thought there was supposed to be less wildlife in Interloper mode. I'm just saying, Hinterland. What's the deal? Alright, let me try and crouch and get by him that way. We're still at 17% condition. So if I can sneak, especially if that wolf keeps walking that way, I think I can swing this. Just let me not take too big of a drop right now, because that would actually cost me condition. Yes, there is fall damage in the long dark.
If I don't warm up soon.
Okay. We're on the ground. I'm going to walk straight this way, because I haven't... Oh, there's a wolf right there. Alright, what I'm going to have to do is just basically walk straight across and hope nobody spots me. Cross your fingers. And cross your fingers there's not another wolf right by the office. Because that would be the end of me. God, 3 wolves. There's all 3 in that frame and 1 that direction. Alright, I'm going to beeline straight for the office. Now, of course, there goes the deer. Now, of course, we also need there to be... We need there to be food here. So I kind of want to go check that corpse. Right there. While our condition is... Yeah, see, now we're freezing. So that's what's dropping our condition a little faster. Let me go check the corpse, because the corpse could have a food item. And at this point, any last thing could help me survive. God, if we made it all the way here and then I died. Now, there's also... If I can find a food item in here, I can step back outside and start harvesting cattail stalks from out here, because there are lots of cattails on Mystery Lake. That could also help me survive. Crow feather. Frozen corpse. Alright, we're going to check this guy, then we're going to turn right around and go inside. Alright, 11% condition. We're really cold, need to not be hypothermic. Please let there just be 1 food item in here to where I can do what I did before when I staved off starvation. We're about to get the... Yep, there it is. Red condition. Alright, nothing there, nothing there. We're going to start warming up now, at least. But we're still starving. Tin of coffee. Not what I needed. I need things you don't have to cook. Can you work with me, game? Wood matches. That's good, at least. Water purification tablets, 9% condition. Oh, crap. There's a hook. Let me go ahead and drop my guts, because I don't need them. I can keep curing. Dead body? Dead body. Never fails. I mean, sometimes it does fail. Sometimes there's not a body up here, but it's very frequent that there is. Survive the outdoors. Hey, fire starting guide. All right, there's less likely to be food up here, so that's not good. So I guess what I'm going to have to... Oh, here we go. Got a granola bar. Okay, that's going to stave off starvation just long enough. I think I can also start a fire now. The exhaustion's also going to hurt me a little bit. But if I can start a fire and make some tea... All right, let's see what we can do here. I picked up that book. I've got some birch bark, some wood matches. Let me go ahead and make an attempt with this. I can just make a couple of items that would help me get warm enough. I'm sorry, that would help me get fed enough to where I could rest but not go back to being starving like I did when I first got to Mystery Lake. Then I might be able to go outside, pause for a second, and
Perfect.
oh yeah, that's right. I don't have any kindling. Crap. Forgot about that. 10 minutes on the fire. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and... I hate to do this, but... Yep, confirm. Alright. Had to do it. Had to do it. Don't yell at me. Don't have potable water. No! Don't have potable water. I can't make the tea without the water. Oh, crap. Alright, well... Damn it. Let's melt some snow.
God, I've never been so hungry in my life.
Alright, now let's purify the water. Let's not use the... cooking menu to purify that. Okay, now we have potable water. The question is, can I cook the coffee in this? Can I cook the tea in that amount of time? Don't think I can. Please cook on the embers. Please cook on the embers. Thank you. Okay. Drink. For the love of God, drink. Okay. So there's some calories. Let's go ahead and drink that water too. It's not the best situation. All right, now I'm going to rest for... I've got 297 calories. I'm going to sleep for 2 hours. We will recover enough condition to where we'll wake up with more condition, but again, we're close to starving. Now, we need to go out and get cattail stalks. 13% condition. Okay, but we have enough energy to do it. We've got 3 hours daylight left. I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode here. Don't kill me. But I want to go ahead and stop this one here just to make sure that, that the next episode... I know, that's what we're going to do. That we're going to focus on getting those cattail stalks and getting our hunger situation resolved. But I actually think we're in a pretty good place right now. I think... Cross fingers, we survived. Now we just got to find the hammer and get our feet under us again, because it's been rough for the past couple of episodes. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes in a survival, simulation, and or science fiction vibe air every day at 6 Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.